Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the most informative golf betting show under 10 minutes in the Western Hemisphere. It's the Vegas Insider Golf Betting Show. I'm your host, Sam Wagman, and the biggest weekend in golf has arrived. It is the Masters. The best in the world have congregated down Magnolia Lane at Augusta National Country Club to play the most prestigious tournament that the PGA Tour has to offer. And we have a huge storyline this week. It is the first time that both the PGA Tour golfers and the LIV golfers will play together since the fracture last season. So it'll be really interesting to see how things shake out there, especially at the annual Champions Dinner, which will be hosted by last year's winner, Scottie Scheffler, this year. Since we're at Augusta National this week, we absolutely have to go through, a little bit of a course preview to see what we can expect from the course, because course history is a massive thing every year at Augusta National. It's probably the most course history dependent tournament that the PGA Tour offers due to the fact that it is just such a difficult course, and you really can't rely on the stats here. You absolutely have to know how the course plays, the bounces, the undulation, the fairways, everything. So let's dive right into it. To start things off, this course is long. It's over 7,500 yards, and one major change you'll notice is that the 13th hole, codenamed Azalea, is about 35 yards longer than it was last year. The tee box was moved back, and now you'll notice trees on the right side of the tee box, which will make it more imperative for you to hit the ball straight. As always, Augusta favors a right-to-left ball flight from the tee box, and you'll see that most of my golfers have that in their tool bag. Augusta National also has extremely wide fairways, but it's counterbalanced by the fact that there's extreme undulation everywhere, from the fairways to the green. The rough is long. It's a tough golf course, and it's a good reason that everyone wants to win the green jacket at the Masters, because this is probably the hardest course on tour. It is a pain to walk. It's extremely hilly. And Augusta, Georgia, the weather is supposed to be not great this week. It's early in the week, but we've already seen reports of storms, wind. It's going to be, a true test of attrition out there at Augusta National this weekend. Let's dive into a few picks that I like. And I have to start with my main outright pick this week. And it's Jon Rahm, who's plus 950 over at FanDuel. Now, I told myself when we started to, look at this tournament that I was going to pick one of the three guys from the top trio that consisted of Rory McIlroy, Scottie Scheffler, and Rahm. And I settled on Rahm because of really one simple truth. When it all comes down to it, Rahm has been the most terrifying player on the PGA Tour this year. Scottie Scheffler has been really good. There's no denying it. He's got the 2 wins. He looked really good, even in the Dell Technologies match play, which he didn't win. He really could have defended this title, and it was a really inspired run by Sam Burns to knock him out early. But Scottie, I don't think Scottie holds a candle to Rahm when he's been at his best this year. Now, obviously, it's been a couple months since we really saw Rahm contend. He cooled off on the Florida swing, withdrew from the Players, didn't make it out of his group at Austin Country Club. But we have to remember, Rahm didn't have a single finish under T8 in the first few months of the year, and he picked up those 3 wins in 3 tough fields. So he's never finished worse than T27 here, and he has 3 top 10s to go along with it. All of his stats this year are top tier as well, and he really needed to take the time to cool off after the Florida swing, which I can only assume he did. It's time to go win another major, Rambo. Next up, it's Cameron Young. He's currently 32-1 over at FanDuel. And to be fully transparent, I got this number at 38-1 a few weeks ago before he made his run in the match play, which obviously brought the number down. But I still think there's a little piece of value on it. Now, we know Cameron Young does like these tough tournaments. He had 2 top 3 finishes in 2 of the majors last year at the PGA and the Open. And he finished runner-up in at least 6 different tournaments last year and added another one this year in another tough field at the WGC Dell Technologies match play. His game is a perfect fit for Augusta National. He missed the cut here last year, but I'm not really taking it too much into account. Having your first major of the season be Augusta is a daunting task for anyone. And Cam looked more than comfortable on a bunch of hard courses last year. His right to left ball flight and bomber style play is going to be a huge asset for him at Augusta. And I have all the faith that he can get there. He ranks 7th in the 150 to 175 proximity bucket, 13th in driving distance, and 18th in strokes gained tee to green, as well as scrambling gain. So I'm looking for him to contend, and I think his 35 to 1 first round leader bet is another huge asset for him as well. And it's a bet I'm going to be taking personally. Now, it wouldn't be one of these videos without a placement bet. And for the last one, I'm going to ride with Corey Connors, who I picked last week to win the Valero, and he did, thankfully, for our first outright win of these videos. He's plus 150 over at DraftKings to finish in the top 20. Now, a lot of the reason I picked Corey Connors to win last week are going to be the same reasons I picked him to win this week or to finish top 20. He's an elite ball striker. He's one of the best on tour. And his right to left ball flight, again, is going to be a huge asset here. Another thing that I've looked at, he's incredibly consistent at this golf course. And I'm not sure what it is, something in the water, but he has a T6, a T8, and a T10 in his last 3 finishes here. And yes, that does include the rain-soaked Augusta course that was played in November of 2020 due to COVID when Dustin Johnson won, that a lot of people don't count. But I still count it because it's still Augusta National. And that was the T10. So he has a T6 and T8 in 2 of his last 3 starts here. That's huge for him. And you're getting this at a plus number in a field, he's feeling himself. He played really well at San Antonio. So I really like Corey Connors to come out with a win here. As always, check out the Vegas Insider TV YouTube page. You have myself, Kevin Rogers, Joe Osborne creating content on the daily there. College basketball season may be over, but we have the MLB, we have the NBA, we have the NHL, we have the PGA. Football will resume in a few months. There's every sport that you can think of we have on there, and a ton of great content creators. So make sure to check out the YouTube page, subscribe to it, everything else. And above all, guys, good luck this week. Go win some bets.